Thank you for joining CU Bands and Fans podcast. Our podcast is brought to you by Homegrown KIO. Homegrown KIO is on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. It is a stellar show featuring the great songs that have come from bands originating in Champaign-Urbana. Listen at 107.9 on your FM dial, at 1079wkio.com, or ask Alexa to play WKIO.
KIO Arcola Champaign-Urbana. Classic Hits 1079. Streaming at 1079wkio.com. Or ask Alexa for WKIO.
Hello, it's Terry with CU Bands and Fans podcast, where musicians tell their story. My co-host this evening is Zach Widdop, of course. Hey, how are you, Zach?
Hi, everyone.
And our special guest is Skylar Rogers. Skylar Rogers is a blues singer who is currently on tour, among the Insanity Tour. And so this is going to be a very exciting podcast, and we welcome you. So hi, Skylar, how are you?
Hello, darlings. Living a dream, like literally.
You literally. After reading your bio, I'm going to say, yes, you are. Yeah, your bio is on your website, which is skylarrogers.com. And you have a wonderful website because it's so informative, and it has, your tour dates and your media and a bio and information and photos, and the whole thing is just beautifully done.
That is called Great Social Media Manager. Thank you, John.
Yeah. Great job too. And also we will have that linked to this podcast, as well as all of the links to Skylar's music and social media. So it would be easily and available for you to go and check out her music, check her tour dates and her events and where she's going to be and when. So let's start with how you got into music.
Okay. Way back in the dinosaur age, I discovered my mom, she used to play a lot of records. She played, and she never stuck to one genre. She played some of everything. There was even classical going in the house. I would tell people it would be anything from A to ZZ Top playing at any time. And I have some of my mother's records, and as kind of one of the few treasured, like, priceless things that I have. And it's like anything else, but if I were to ever lose those records, oh. And I wound up in Chicago Children's Choir back when I was in high school, and I was also in the high school band. Joined marching band, I wound up being drum major, and just it was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I wanted to teach music. I was going to go to Roosevelt, and then all of a sudden I got this brilliant idea to join the Army.
Oh my goodness. I did not expect that.
I can go back and do it. I wound up in admin, and when I got out, fairly unremarkable. I wasn't deployed. I wasn't, when I got out, I would call myself basically a Grammy award winning shower singer. It's like singing in the parking lot, shower, living room. And when I got married to Mark, my second husband, he's like, hey, why don't you do this? You can do this? It's like, no, I didn't know. Nobody wants to hear this. And so I won't say I took lessons. I took a hint of a couple of lessons, just to learn a few things. And I wound up joining AMTC, which is a program called Actors, Models, Talent for Christ. And I went into the singer program, which is where I met my manager. And it just started taking off from there. And it was like, I can actually do this.
Yes.
It floored me the way it took off.
What year was that?
This was back in 2017. And I started working with Sue New Year's Day of 2018.
That's not really that long. To be where you are now,
I was just talking about that with her, and it's like 5 years. Are you serious? Yeah, it's only been 5 years.
I mean, really, that's kind of skyrocketing. And but it and I think from our page, See You Bands and Fans, I seen you on our feed. I don't know how. I don't know if it was the tour thing or what
Well,
or
I
what.
joined a long time ago. I joined the page a long time ago, or like the
I
page.
must have seen you on our feed finally. So I was like, who is this? And so I went and listened to your music, and I was like, ooh, fan. I'm a fan. Like, and not only am I a follower, I am a fan because the first moment that I hit play
Mhm.
was like, where is she from? Where is she going? Where has she been? Okay, let's have her on our podcast.
Oh my God.
I might have posted some things on the page.
Maybe that's where
Yeah,
it came
because I've done that occasionally. Yeah.
from, Zach. And Zach said that you were at one of the blues fests here.
The Champagne Blues Fest.
Was it the one at the county fair?
No, this was what park was this? This is over by the post office, by downtown. It was off of Randolph.
Oh, we had, oh, I don't know, that was,
Wasn't that the first one?
yeah, that was, no, we had them, I remember, I think you were at one of them that we did at, the, county fairgrounds, I think.
This was the one with Brandon and Lori and Lori Morvan, Brandon Santini, who else? The Dave Lumsden Band.
Yeah, that was at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, that was at the
That was the
fairgrounds.
fairground?
Yeah.
Mhm. County
I
fairgrounds.
was just looking, the place was off of Randolph. It was near downtown, at least I think it was.
Well,
I'm trying to remember what I did yesterday. I'm sorry.
that's right. There used to be a street fest, a blues. It was blues, and barbecue.
Brews, Blues, and Barbecue was there, but,
Town Champagne. That's the one that I bet you did that one as well. No?
It was just the Blues Fest.
we had our first ones at the county fairgrounds, and then the last 2 years we've had them at Bunny's Tavern, which is just it's off of yeah, that's off of Broadway.
That
That's not too far from there.
Bunny's was the pre-show. It was the day before, I think.
Yeah,
Or it had to have been the county fairgrounds because I think we did it 2019. There we go. Posters up
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Or coke, that. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah, it was the fairgrounds. I just read it. Huh.
that was full circle. So this tour that you're on right now is called Among the Insanity Tour. Why? I'm always interested in how and why a tour is named what it is. And of course, that's your album, right?
It is the album cover. And when we originally named the CD, and I say we because I was talking with Sue, and she was talking me off a ledge, and she said, you know what, somewhere among the insanity, this will all work out. And it was like, boom, that's the title. That's it. I don't know what's gonna come of it, but I know that has to be the title. And the song wound up being completely different, a different direction than what people will expect. But to name the tour Among the Insanity, yeah, that's exactly that was named properly.
Isn't that amazing how that happens?
Yeah, we were supposed to do the tour for Fire Breather. And of course, then the world shut down. So we didn't get to do that. And now everybody's trying to play catch up. And it's like, oh, it is still insane out here trying to get everything going. And it's like that I want to say in all genres right now. It's just with everything going on, we've got catching up from COVID. We've got, you know, the Canadian wildfires, we've got all this stuff going on, and trying to promote music through all of it is, to some people, it seems insane. Like, are you serious?
Yeah,
But I'm one of those people, one of my favorite things to say is music survives the worst and celebrates the best. That and music is life is music. I mean, everybody has that soundtrack. And they have that soundtrack for when things completely run off the rails. And among that insanity, they have that music that keeps them, it gets them going, it'll slow them down, it'll get them focused, whatever it is.
yeah, distraction, whatever. But it's such a healing, and it's a universal language, and that's the basis of, you know, of music, is that it's something everybody can attain, everybody can relate to, whether it's their genre or not. I mean, you know, I'm talking about like all music. Thank God we've got all this different genres and all these different artists and all of that. So somebody somewhere will resonate with you. Somebody's song is going to resonate with you.
Because if I dealt with it, I guarantee you 1,500 other people in this world have dealt with the same thing.
So where are you at in this tour right now? When did you start the tour, and where are you right now with it?
We started the tour, gosh, dates. I want to say it came out in March. I want to say we started about April
This
May.
year?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you are fresh on it.
Oh yeah, the CD just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how has it been? I love talking about like touring. I've never done it, but I think it's interesting to watch documentaries on it, or to talk to an artist that's touring, because it's got to be a give and take kind of a thing. It's got to be an interesting but exhausting, but, you know, exhilarating all at once.
Mm-hmm. It is. And it's funny because all of the guys are out of Champaign. So when we did, like, just like a couple of weeks ago, we went down to Carbondale, and it was a blast. And we were all sitting there at this Mexican restaurant. I cannot remember the name, but apparently Doc and his wife had gone there. Yeah. They had gone there like I don't know how many times. And so they were like, yeah, let's go here. Okay. So we went up there, and oh my gosh, the laughter. People were staring. It's like, what is wrong with me? Yeah, mind your business. We just got through working. But the laughter is the funny times are the funny times. You get through the bad times. You know, it's a group of people. We're gonna have those snarky moments because not everybody's happy all the time.
Right.
But hey, you work it out, you have a beer, you call it a day. And then you keep going.
I love that. That is so simple, but so profound. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Who is in your band? How big is your band?
There are 4 plus me. So there's Doc. I've got Dan Jansen. I'm sure you know him. Yeah. A plus. A Train. Train.
A Train, yes.
Gosh, I
Either
can't.
one.
We call it, yeah.
Train. And Big Mo.
Oh my gosh. I had no idea.
Oh,
All
yeah.
remarkable, all talented. Holy smokes. That has got to be something to see you guys live.
As I said, it's fun. It is, it's just, we look and we're just like, and they're fun to play with. The guys that I recorded with were, you know, they made it a wonderful experience. At one point, I was sitting there fangirling, like, I
Oh my
have these people playing, and I do that with my guys too. And I'm like, wow. You know, there's a segment where they play, and I just sit back and I watch them like, man, I
God.
want tickets to go see them. Hold on, let me go pay admission. I'll just sit back and watch them. And I
Dude,
was in the studio doing the same thing, like
so and where did you record Among the Insanity?
LA.
No kidding.
Mhm.
How long did it take you to record this? This is how many songs are on this?
12 songs.
Yes. Yeah.
Terry and I spent 3 days doing demos. I had the lyrics, but his experience and his, you know, his wisdom, we were able to reshape everything. We put this behind it, that behind it. You know, he would ask my opinion. I would have my, you know, wet behind the ears opinion, and he would have his wisdom and experience. And we would just meet up in the middle. And there were late nights that were fueled by what we call the crack puffs or the crack pastries. They were these Armenian cream cheese filled pastries, and it's like sugar wrapped in sugar and sprinkled with sugar. Because I think when I first got there, I'd been up for like, by the time I went to sleep, I'd been up for about 37 hours straight.
Oh my
You know,
Lord.
yeah, that was the early morning flight. I caught a red eye. There was travel. There was get settled in. There was dinner, and then we started writing and doing demos. And by the time we finished, I think it was 3 o'clock in the morning out there. I'm like, Terry, back home, it's about 5 o'clock. I brain flatlined. But I think in 3 days, yeah, it was about 3 days we did it. And then there was another three and a half days where we recorded everything.
Man.
Mhm.
And are you happy with it?
Oh my gosh. Not only did I have Terry on bass, um, that's Teresa James's husband. Y'all heard of him, right? They're on the Nola Blue. And I also had Billy Watts, Rain and Temple on drums, and Snuffy Waldron playing lead guitar on there. So I was just like,
Oh.
Wow.
you know, you've got Grammy nominated musicians, you've got, you know, the keyboard, Bennett Salve, he was going right after this project. He was going to go work for Paramount on a score, and it's like, these guys are playing. They're playing. They actually wanted to play on this CD. This is not something I had to beg them. Like, please. It's like they heard it and they were like, "Yeah, we want in." It's like,
Oh,
really? Because
I
I
could
was actually
see that
prepared to
though.
beg. I was actually prepared to beg at that point. Like,
You didn't even need to because you are, you know, as far as I'm concerned, in listening to this album, you are of the same caliber. I mean, I put you up there. I'm not kidding you. When I first heard this album, every single song, I'm like, she reminds me of Tina Turner. I mean, I just couldn't, I was like, I've got to, so that I went to your website and
throwing it out like a winner. Sorry. Okay.
I'm just very serious. Like I wouldn't say it if I didn't feel that. I was feeling that the whole time that I'm listening to your music. And I'm like, I've shared it with me. I'm like, listen, just take a minute. I'm not kidding you. I know I ask people to listen to a lot of stuff, but just please take a minute and just click play and listen. You will not be disappointed at all. I literally I was like, I've got to have this music. So we purchased it for our library and downloaded it.
That's
And
not
I'm
allergies this time. Okay. Oh,
I'm gonna have to get the album. I don't have it yet. I'm gonna have to get it.
Yeah, I sent you that one song in email today.
Let me see. Let's see. Unfriend, block.
But no, I'm truly impressed and truly became a fan immediately. And did I read in your bio that did you win a blues award in 2019? Did I read that right?
Oh, I was nominated.
Or was that blues
There was
award?
there was Blues Blast, there was Independent Blues Award, there was I think Living Blues, it was a nomination. It was Grammy considerations in 7 categories. And this was for Fire Breather. Yeah,
Wow.
all of that was for Fire Breather. And there were semifinalists in the International Songwriting Competition for a couple of tracks. This year so far, there's the nomination for Independent Blues Award, and that's
Hang on one second.
Lightning.
You're lagging there. There you go. Okay.
Internet connection is unstable. Well, I live out in the middle of the trees, literally. I live in what I call the 100 acre wood, or the 85 acre wood. So I'm running on satellite internet. But there's the Independent Blues Award this year, a nomination for Ride That Lightning for Roots Song of the Year. And right now there's the Blues Blast Award nomination for the Sean Costello Rising Star Award.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, when I saw those, it was like,
Oh my gosh. See, that is a lot in a short period of time. That's why I think you're rising so fast. So I was like, we need to get her on our podcast before, she really is out there, and then she's not gonna be available at all.
oh, please.
So we're so lucky.
From.
You're so lucky that you turn around here. But I read something also on your bio about truck driving.
Oh yeah, 4 years over the road.
You were a truck driver. My dad and my family, I come from a family of truck drivers.
Cool.
What led you to do that?
My family, the women in my family tend to be rather adventurous. My mom is a retired commercial roofer.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she worked on a lot of the skyscrapers downtown. And one of the last buildings she did actually was the Sears Tower.
Wow.
Oh,
Hear that, people? Sears Tower, not Willis Tower. And my aunt, she was a night shift cab driver. So yeah, we tend to do we're adventurous. Yeah.
So where were you over the road?
Over the road, yeah, over the road. There's only 3 states I can say in all of the US that I have not visited.
Wow. Well, I just say, kudos to all truck drivers that are out there like making it happen, because it's a risky job, it's a hard job, and it's
a thankless job for these guys nowadays. It's like, man, when I got out, it was getting bad, but now it's just getting bad. And for the ones that keep going, my hat's off to them.
Our brother's still out there, and he's considering, the retirement thing. My dad trucked almost all of his life, and he never had an accident ever. And to the day he died. I mean, he was a driver till the day he died. Yeah.
My dad had an interesting job. It was before World War II. He was working for some auto sales company in Chicago that was selling cars to people on the West Coast. And he would drive a car from Chicago to the West Coast and deliver it and then take the bus back, pick up another one and drive it out there, and take the bus back. He did that for quite a few years, I guess.
You know, they do that with semis now.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
It's called a drive away. I used to work for a drive away company, and that's what they did. They would hook up 3 or 4 of them, take them out, come back.
So going back to music, did you because you write, obviously. Where does that come from? Like, it sounds like obviously it comes from your soul, comes from your heart, it comes from your life. Do you have to dig deep, or does it just like, is it pour out of you, or?
Like Father, Like Daughter, which was on the Fire Breather CD, I penned out in 20 minutes because I was pissed off. Yeah, but one of my biggest influences is Billy Joel. I love his songwriting, his storytelling. He doesn't just put down lyrics to put down lyrics. He tells stories, and that is who I wanted to emulate. And now Fire Breather was a lot of personal stuff. Among the Insanity gets mistaken for personal. And it's like, no, a lot of the stuff I'm writing from a third person, I'm just telling a story. And it's like, well, for them to think that it's my story, to me, that's a huge compliment, because that means, okay, well, maybe I did something right with these. And out of the 12 on the track, I wrote 11. Terry wrote the music for him, but Blame It on Rock and Roll was all Terry. The music and the lyrics, yeah, that was him. And it was such a fun tune. He wanted me to try to sing it, and it's like, okay, I'll sing along with it. And then by the second time I went through it, I'm like, yeah, that's going on there. It's going on the CD. And when I was writing it, I would be in that mood, and it was like, okay, if somebody was in the mood that I was in, what would they write? What would they say? What would they think? And so that's where I got a lot of the inspiration from for that CD. Like, if somebody, like One Last Kiss, which was, your favorite.
I was thinking that was, I'm like, thought that was your experience. When listening to it, I'm like, she is singing this from a place of knowing this.
It was one of those, you remember Craigslist that had the misconnection thing?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. It's like, okay, if somebody was writing a Craigslist ad, what would they be thinking? And that was a lot. I'm trying to think, were any of them really?
So it's like you were able
to. Was kind of autobiographical.
Which one?
Ride That Lightning.
Oh, okay.
It was good Lord. Love in the Left Lane. I've also been out in the sun all day, so I'm a little fried.
Yeah, that's okay.
It was Love in the Left Lane and Ride That Lightning. We're kind of autobiographical.
What about Apology Not Accepted?
Maybe not.
I love the mystique of that. Well, and
Between Friends was not that was not about me. It's like, let me clear that up right now. No, that was a love triangle. The guy was sharing all of his secrets with her. They were best friends. She wanted so much more than to be friends, and she was basically friend zone.
Oh yeah. Well, that can resonate, I'm sure, with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Friend zone.
And I'm gonna have to go and listen to your other albums. Because I haven't even got myself past the Among the Insanity yet. I'm like,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, let me play this one today, and then and I just play the whole thing just over and over again. I crank it up, and it really I just love it. I've already said that a million times, but I do love it. And I'm gonna attach, I think, one last kiss, I believe, to the beginning of this podcast, and then let the whole thing play at the end, and then of course put links where people can purchase and go and listen and become a fan if they aren't already, which I'm sure you have a lot of fans. So where is your last stop on this tour?
Is it last stop? Places in August. I want to say last stop is in New Braunfels, Texas. There's going to be 2 dates in Austin and a date in New Braunfels, which is just outside of San Antonio.
My
husband lives in New Braunfels. That's the only reason I know where it is.
Oh, well, that's great. Are they festivals, or are they just like a venue, or?
They're more of a festival type. One is a private party. I love doing the festival scene. Love it. Playing in the smaller social gatherings, like the bars. It's okay, but I do like it. But the festival scene,
Atmosphere wise, it's so much better.
Yeah. When we did SIU Carbondale, it was just like, these are my people. That's fun. But I'll be starting school in the fall. So yeah, we're gonna do we'll probably do some shows closer to home once school starts, and I am taking full load. So yeah, we're gonna cut it off a little earlier than what we expected to. But yeah.
Oh, wow. So what can we expect from you in the future? What is your future plans? And I know like you just said, you're getting ready to go to school and stuff, but what is your future plans as far as music goes? And where do you see yourself? What do you want to accomplish in the long haul?
In the long haul, if just one person listens to a song, a lyric, a note, a line, and says, that did something for me, then I've done what I came here to do.
Yes. Excellent.
But I'm always writing. I have already started writing for another project. Can't tell, title, whatever, release date, no clue. I'm just writing.
And are you from Chicago?
I grew up in Chicago. Right now, I live in the Effingham area.
Oh, okay. So you're still right around us.
Oh yeah, I make trips up there. As a matter of fact, I think I have to go up there tomorrow. Yeah.
I hope to.
My company is up in Champaign, so yeah, I go up there on a regular basis.
I have got to see you live. I have got to.
Oh yeah, check the dates on that.
Yeah. So I'm checking the dates and like where you're going to be and all of that.
Alamo, Blue Monday, next Monday, on the 17th.
Where's that?
Springfield.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the Alamo.
Yeah.
The Alamo. Yeah.
Okay. And I'll have your dates and stuff on this attached to this as well. So you seem like you're such a content. I mean, according to your bio, you've had, it's not been an easy road.
Well, you can't sing the blues without having blues.
Yeah.
You have to go through some stuff.
Yeah. Is that what centered you into the blues, or was it just your mom's albums and you felt closer, I guess, when she played the blues?
I fell in love with slow blues. That it's just something about that burn that just And it works whether you're sitting in front of a fire in the wintertime, if you're out back in the middle of summer knocking back a glass of unsponsored whiskey, then it's just something about that slow blues that just, like I said, it's a burn to it, and it just made me fall in love with it. And of course, we're up on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, Alligator, Chess, right around there, 79th Street, 43rd Street, all of those crazy places. That's actually where my aunt did a lot of her cab driving, was from those clubs at night.
Yeah. Kind of it just kind of like, I want to say kind of a sultry, just move sound.
That's what led me into blues rock. It
Yeah.
was something about that. When I first heard Gary Moore, Still Got the Blues, that unmistakable riff in the beginning, it was that right there. And a lot of people say it's blues, but whatever, it is blues.
Yeah. And then when did you know you had this ability to write? Lyrics are important to me. Like I'm like what you said. I don't want to hear no. Lyrics are important. So like put some thought into those lyrics, because you get me, you catch me with those lyrics, you got me.
Listen to some of this stuff on the radio, it's like, that didn't even make sense. Were they just looking for something that rhymed?
Yeah.
I will say this though. I was reading, because I'm a fan of Neil Diamond. I don't care if people think it's cheesy or not. I really don't care. I've always been a fan of Neil Diamond. But so I was reading about yesterday about his song "I Am I Said," and something led me to go, why did he write this? Well, he wrote it because he tried for a part in a movie and he didn't get it, and it was just this down, just really hard on himself time. But the lyric, and no one heard it all, not even the chair. And so we were going in this conversation on there, which I wasn't a part of, but I was just reading it, and it was like, I got to thinking, why did he just say chair? Why didn't he find like, I said, I'm feeling despair? Why did he use that particular lyric? So
it's a visual. It's you will actually get a visual. I'm really visual. When somebody says something, I hear it. That's why I'll see it. This is why I have to be careful of listening to people, because if they say something, I'm like, oh no, oh, I can see that. But if you say, not even the chair, to me, there's an empty chair in a dark room.
Yeah.
That's it. And I started, what got me into writing like that was, I wrote poetry as a child. We would have these writing contests. We would have we'd be putting together the yearly poetry storybook, and I would have 3 or 4 entries in there. And poetry had always been my thing. I even took a couple of creative writing classes when I was in college the first time. And it was just, I loved my professor. I hated her, but I loved her. I would think I had this masterpiece, and it would come back just stained with red, and it would be massacred. And I'm like, what? And she said, well, what did you think? Did you just put something down there? What are you trying to say? What are you seeing with this? Oh, so yeah, she taught me to use that visual. And I think one day I wrote something, and she goes, these look more like song lyrics. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, great. I think to this day, they're somewhere in a folder. I hope it's still in a folder here. I'm not sure. It's like, I really wish I could dig that out. Like, what was that I wrote? What was it?
Yeah.
But
Go
yeah,
back
poetry is what poetry and short stories. And like I said, Billy Joel, that man, he and Tina are my two. You know, just to hear him, I wanted to be like him. I'm still trying to be like him. You know, it's like that whole be like Mike. It's like,
Yeah.
if I can write a sentence as well as he writes an entire history of his recordings, like, okay, I might think I'm okay. But I wanted to tell stories like he did.
Yeah. Well, and your lyrics are very powerful. And the fact that you can see, visualize, like you just said, plus you seem to be empathetic, you can feel it. Like you must be able to feel it for that person to be able to write it if it's not about you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that all together makes, great songwriting. And the fact that you're very mindful about having clever, meaningful lyrics and not just jaunting stuff down that rhymes.
I also wanted to be an actress. I would do these things, and it's like, okay, well, if I were playing this out, what emotion would I bring to it? How would I do this role if it was a role? And yeah, I still think it's like really, it's a compliment. It's a huge compliment when they think that these songs are about me.
Yeah, because that means that you have projected that you didn't experience very well. And that's interesting to me, that you're probably the first songwriter that we've spoken with that has done that. Most are about their own personal, experiences. So I assumed that almost all of these songs were your experiences. You can't.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, it's so and it's so relatable. I could feel when with One Last Kiss is just like, it's so I don't want to use the word drama, but I do want to say dramatic. I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's that just drawn out, dramatic, deep, it's amazing. It's amazing. So that's definitely my favorite. I've played it every day since I've heard it. Yeah.
Billy Galt's got a song he plays in most of his shows these days. I saw him Friday evening. He was telling a little story about it. He says, the song is not about me. It's about a friend of mine. It's based on a true story, he said, but it's not about me. It's about a friend of mine. And the song's called Banned from the Circle K.
That's fantastic.
I don't know, Doc. Are we sure? Are we really sure it's not about you?
That's awesome. So you have till August to wrap up this tour, and then you're gonna start school. And then when can we expect more music out of you?
Oh, see, it's 2023. I'm thinking about 25, 26. Into 25, early, maybe spring of 26, we should start seeing some more.
So while you're in school, in college, are you gonna do any music?
Oh yes, okay. We're still gonna do some things, Actually, I take that as a compliment too. It's like, are you gonna stop and when you go to school? Yeah. But yeah, we're still gonna do a couple of one-offs, here or there. I'll be the weekend warrior.
Yeah.
Of course, spring break and winter break.
Yeah, all of that. Are you going to SIU, or are you going somewhere here?
I'm going to Lakeland.
Oh, Lakeland. Okay, Mattoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fantastic.
I'm much closer to Lakeland and Parkland. I'm only about 40 minutes from Lakeland.
Okay, can I ask, what are you going to be?
Sure, office management.
Oh my gosh.
I was in admin when I was in the Army, and when I was with the driveway company, I was an office assistant. So admin is my thing. It's always been my thing. That was what I was going into, because the music thing, I was like, okay, well, I'm too old for that. Whatever, I'll go into admin. And that's when the whole singing thing came up. It's like, but I'm not a singer. I'm the
Oh
one
no,
who
you're a singer.
songs and
Hate to tell you this, but you're a singer. Big announcement here. So what will happen if, I mean, what if, okay, so you're going to school to do the admin thing, which is fantastic, because that's obviously something that you love doing. What if this music thing takes off into the Grammy awards and all of this, and what
well,
if
we're gonna say when I get a Grammy. We're
Yeah.
gonna say when I get a Grammy.
yes.
I mean, you should always have that backup plan, because people say, hey, I'm going to the NFL. That's great. You're gonna make millions of dollars until you blow a knee out and can't play.
Yep, and then you're done. Yep.
Right. And so it's like, okay, music is great. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be a big thing. And then I blow a vocal cord, or
Yeah.
so you always have to always have that plan B and plan C.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you have to have the backup to the backup. So to me, there's nothing wrong with having that. I mean, if you look at all of the other stars, Shaquille O'Neal, this guy owns a chain, of restaurants. Look at Tyra Banks. She got her business degree. And what I'm getting ready to go to school for actually ties in. It ties into music. You have to be able to run those spreadsheets. You have to be able, to type these documents and do everything out there. You have to the Excel, the PowerPoint, the you're typing, of course, when you're writing. And
Communication
I'm
and
I'm old fashioned. I have journals. I have stacks of journals. Yeah, among the insanity, I went through 4 journals. But there's always, to type in, there's always your phone etiquette, your interpersonal skills. It all ties together. So I think it would still be worth it to, even if I have to take it online, just keep going.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely,
Go
100%. And that's absolutely good advice too for young people that are, up and coming and trying to get their music out there. It's like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I mean,
Mhm.
you're good, but don't put all because things happen in life.
Right. Not everybody who played football in college is going on to the NFL. Not everybody in the NFL is going to be the next Patrick Mahomes or the next Tom Brady. That's the 0.1% of the 1% of the 1%. So you always have something. And if you get in the music business, not everybody is going to be on these huge labels. Honestly, I like being on a smaller label. I like
Yeah.
not everybody is going to be Beyonce. Not everybody is going to be Adele. Not everybody is going to be, these different groups. So you make the most of where you can get to. Aim for the stars. I know everybody says shoot for the moon, but you'll land on stars. Aim for the stars. But if you land on the moon, you're still up there.
You're still up there. Yeah.
You're still up there.
Yeah.
So always have that plan.
See, I like your attitude because it's very grounded and real. It's
Thank you.
realistic, it's grounded, it's a good foundation. And it just kind of reminds me of that scripture, many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called in this talent, but few are chosen to be there over there. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be where you're at if you're happy with your music, you're happy with what it's producing and what it's bringing forth in people. You're happy with your fans are happy with you, and you're bringing some light and love into people's lives every single day. And you can't.
You want to hit that A-list, shoot for it. If you want to be that person who, Lizzo, she had put music out years ago and it just caught on. And now look where she's at, So you put it out, you aim, and if it's meant to be, it's going to happen. But don't just take that as an excuse to sit back and go, oh, well, it wasn't meant to be. No, you keep working your butt off, but know that, hey, if you want to get to, like you said, if you want to get to this level, you get there. If you're content, then be content. If you're content there, but you want to get more, then work for it.
Working.
Right? Never be content, never be complacent, but be content and grateful where you are.
I saw a great quote by someone. It said, if you don't hitch your wagon to a star, it's a safe bet you won't get over the pine tree.
Where's a pencil? You gotta send me that when it's over. I like that. As a matter of fact,
I really like your attitude, and I think you're a great inspiration to many people, especially with that very grounded, very real attitude. I love it.
I'm literally writing down what he just said.
Pine trees that the storm probably knocked the crap out of last week.
Okay.
So it's been absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for being on our podcast and for being a part of our music community. And I'm gonna look up where you're gonna be and try to get to one of your shows. Definitely. Oh my God, yeah, that would be a great experience. But to our listeners, please stay tuned at the end of this podcast, because we are going to play one of Skylar's songs in full for you. Also attached to this podcast will be all of her links. Once again, as I said, be sure to head over to her website and click on all the information. You can read her bio, you can look at the media, you can listen to her music, and
some merch.
And merch. Oh my God, yes, merch is so important. Get that merch. But thank you, Skylar, so much for spending time with us. And
yes, thank you.
Can you still smell my perfume? Was it a sunny afternoon? I know it ended too soon. There's a way to turn back time. Try it all again. Didn't know we crossed that line when we should have kept trying. One last kiss before the page gets turned. Such a bittersweet farewell, since our hearts still burn. One last kiss, both gotta wonder why did it have to end? Have to end like this? Should have said what we meant to say. Know what was in our hearts, but life got in the way. Listen to our hearts, 'cause they're never wrong. Listen to our hearts, to move on from that one last kiss before the page was turned. Such a bittersweet farewell, since our hearts still burn. One last kiss, and as the time goes by, do you really have to end? Somehow we missed the signs to turn things around. If I could have you again, make you mine. I'm still in love with you. Baby, why can't you see? We can turn back time, have more in the memory. We'll have one more kiss, and our stories reborn. One more kiss, let the fire burn. We'll have one more kiss. There's no reason why we can't begin again. Now we can begin again. Yes, we can. Just one more kiss.